Hi, and welcome to this quick how-to help video on the surface area of prisms. We're going to look at the triangle prism because that's the most common one that we start with after doing the cuboid. And then we're going to look at one more just so that we can see the difference between the two. The triangular prism has a triangle front face, and that is also referred to as the cross section. So it really depends on how you've been taught this. I refer to it as the front face when I'm teaching. So I've got my front face, it's a triangle. I can find the area of that by using the formula base times height divided by 2. And the rest of the prism is actually made up of rectangles. And I've done these three prisms over here so that we can highlight and really see those three rectangles, because sometimes it's difficult to visualize. So here I have my sloping side. Here I have the vertical side. It just goes straight up, and along the bottom is also a rectangle, and that is the base. So I've got these three rectangles within the triangle prism, okay? Right, let's start working out all those areas. So let's do the front face first, which is the area of a triangle. So that's going to be base times height divided by 2. The base is 6. The height is 8. Remember that the right angle points to the two edges. It's a nice way of being able to make sure I pick the right numbers. 6 times 8 is 48. Divide that by 2 is 24. That's the front. So the front and the back is going to be 48. It's going to be double that 24. So that's the first bit worked out. Now we're going to use the coloured squares actually to help us identify what edges we're going to use as we work through the rest of this problem. So over here, I coloured the slope in green, and it uses this edge of the triangle and this edge of the prism, which is kind of how far back it goes. So we are going to highlight in the same way the slope. And of course, we've got how far back it goes, which I might just make stand out in red there. And then my two numbers I can see are 10 for how far back it goes. And that slope is marked over here as 10. So I'm going to be doing 10 times 10, which is 100. So that was a nice easy one. Okay, we're going to do this blue square here, which is made from using this edge of the triangle and how far back it goes. So let's highlight that so we can clearly see it. So that edge of the triangle by how far back it goes, which we could kind of use that edge. If we wanted to, we could use the edge that's already been highlighted. It doesn't really matter. That's going to give me 8 times 10. Remember, I've got my 8 here and my 10 on the how far back it goes. So that's going to give me 80. And then the last one is the base. The base is yellow. So I'm going to highlight that yellow. And of course, it multiplies by how far back it goes. So I've got 6 times 10, which equals 60. And I think one of the reasons that I've tried to bring the colour in is to help you see that actually when we're doing this, we are multiplying every edge of the front face by how far back it goes. So these numbers here are the edges of my triangle, and these numbers here are by how far back it goes. And that's true of every single prism, which is what we're going to see in the next one, just so that I can show you. It really doesn't matter whether it's a triangle, whether it's a trapezium, which is what we're going to do, parallelogram, a compound shape of some sort. It makes no difference. It's the same approach. So here we go. Final step. We've got to add all of these together. So my total surface area is going to be 48 front and back, plus the 3 sides, so 100, 80, and 60, and that is going to give me a total of 288 centimeters squared. Okay, let's look at this again on a completely different shape. So we've got a trapezium there, Every edge of that trapezium is making a rectangle with the length of how far back it goes. So we're going to be doing that. But before we start that, we need to find the area of that front face. It's a trapezium. So we're going to use the formula A plus B times by the height divided by 2. Now, if you've not seen the trapezium video and you are not aware of this formula, it would probably be a really good idea to have a little look at that. I will explain it here, and if that's good enough, happy days. Okay, the A and the B are the parallel edges, and the height is the distance between them. Remember, a height makes a right angle, which means there's absolutely no way this line here or this line here can be a height because there's no right angle happening here at the bottom. So that is definitely not my height. My height is given over here in the diagram. So my height is 4. And you can see that if I just drag that in, you can see how that would make a right angle. They just haven't included it in the diagram. They popped it to the side of the diagram. So my height is here, and it's 4 centimeters. So I am going to be doing 10 plus 5. I'm going to times that by 4. So 10 plus 5 is 15, and 15 times 4 is 60. I then half that answer, and I've got 30. So my front is 30, which means my back is 30, because my back is an identical trapezium at the back of the shape. All right. Now I can get to work on all the different edges of the trapezium being multiplied by how far back it goes. So let's have a look at this. I'm going to do the 10 first. So we've got the very base, 10 times 8. 8 is how far back it goes, look. So I'm doing my 10, and I'm going to times that by 8, which is going to give me 80. And then I'm just going to work my way round, I think. So I'm going to go along that one now. So that number there is 6. So it's now 6 times 8, which is 48. Go along the top, and I've got 5. 5 by 8. And then down this edge, which is 7. 7 times 8, which is 56. So my total surface area is the front and the back, which is 60 in total, plus the 80, plus the 48, plus the 40, plus the 56, which gives me a total of 284 centimeters squared. So when you have a prism, that is an approach that you can take. It's got a nice structure to it. It should help you avoid errors. And that's it. That's it for this video. Hopefully you have found that useful. Thank you for watching Target Maths video, and hopefully you will continue to support the channel.